Hello and welcome to Archvalder's Hacks with Archvalder and his amazing hacks. In this video we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to show you the fastest, easiest strategy to level in 4 hours played, with which you can farm stupid amounts of gold, which we'll discuss later in the video. Note the /played. This is not a strategy for leveling in one sitting. This is the strategy for leveling an alt army, and or for people who can only play for short periods at a time, for example before work. If you want a strategy for leveling in one sitting, I'd consider my Patreon, where we have multiple secret powerful strategies for doing just that. So to begin with, we'll need to create a character for leveling. If you don't care what race you are leveling, roll a Vulpera. Although the following strategy can be used by any race, Vulpera have some huge advantages, as we'll see. You'll also need a free Starter Edition account character on a WoW account connected to your Battle.net account. Note that this method does not require you to pay for a second account. It is a free Starter Edition account we'll be using in addition to our main account. I have a ready-made Starter Edition character called Phaser. My main character is called Trixis. I'm telling you their names because I'm going to be switching between them a lot. Remember, Phaser is the Starter Edition account character and Trixis is the main account character that I'll be leveling. Take your Starter Edition character to Chromie the gnome outside your faction capital's embassy. Switch on Cataclysm Time Walking. Now form a group between your Starter Edition account and the character you want to level. So, now you need to select a location for your character to level. This must be in Kalimdor or the Eastern Kingdoms. Google some of your favourite zones and type in the name of a zone and the word rares, e.g. Ashenvale rares. Google will bring up a chart of the rares in that zone. Find a cluster of rares in that zone and take your character there. The more obscure the zone, the more likely it is that the rares will be up when you travel there, so try not to choose something too obvious. Now, I'm going to be going to the Sludge Fens in the Northern Barrens. It is important to understand that you shouldn't use this specific location, as if everyone who watches this video goes to the same place, there will be far too much competition. This is just an example. I'm choosing the Sludge Fens because it has 3 rare mobs in the same place, and all of them award almost a quest's worth of experience. Now the Sludge Fens has 3 rares: Engineer Whirligig, Sludge Anomaly, and Foreman Grills. If you are leveling a Vulpera, as I recommended, use your Make Camp ability. Kill each of the rares and any mobs that get in your way. This will get you a surprising amount of experience. Sometimes another player will have been there before you and killed one or more of your rares. There's nothing you can do about this. Fortunately, this isn't enough of a problem on most realms to stop the strategy being viable. At this point, open your map for your character and turn on Party Sync. Now switch clients and turn on Party Sync with your Starter Edition character. You'll find that all of the mobs in the area respawn. You've switched phase from normal mode into time walking mode, which effectively is a different realm. This allows you to kill all of the 3 rare mobs in the area again. Each rare mob that you kill awards you almost a quest's worth of experience, and since they only take seconds to kill providing the rares are up, you get a huge burst of experience. Now, having done that, if you are not leveling a Vulpera, just log out. If you are leveling a Vulpera, hearth back to Orgrimmar and then log out. The reason we do this is that you earn a lot of rested experience in a capital city while offline. Now, before you log out, you will want to put on any heirlooms if you have them. Note that the starter gear for Allied races is slightly better for the first few levels of play, so you don't need to do this until you log out. You need them for when you log out because they increase your rested experience gain significantly. You'll also want to use the draft of 10 lands, which increases experience by 10% for 1 hour if you have it. Finally, guild banners, which increase your experience from kills by up to 15%, are well worth having also. Most rares take an hour to respawn, so you want to ideally come back in an hour and repeat the whole process. If it takes longer than that, so much the better, as you will earn valuable rested experience whilst not on that character. Now, for Vulpera, you can use your return to camp ability to go straight back to the location you've been farming rares. For non-Vulpera, obviously just log back in. Keep switching in and out of party sync to double the number of rares you can kill. Now, this is what you do from 10 to 20. But for Vulpera, we can do something even more stupidly powerful to gain experience even faster. When you hit level 20, you gain the ability to turn on War Mode. So now what you can do is this. Group up with your Starter Edition account character and turn on party sync as before. Then use return to camp and kill the rares. Drop party sync and kill the rares again. Now use your make camp ability. Your camp acts like an inn, which allows you to turn off war mode. As with turning time walking on and off, this puts you onto a different sub-realm with all the rares up again. Kill the rares for a third time, and now finally switch party sync back on, creating a new set of rares to kill for a fourth and final time. This is ridiculously fast. Now, at level 35, both for Vulpera and non-Vulpera, normal mode is no longer an option, as your characters no longer gain experience from the rares. So visit Chromie at your embassy and switch your leveling character into Cataclysm Time Walking mode permanently. You can still do the War Mode trick with Vulpera and kill 6 rare mobs at a time. However, non-Vulpera will be restricted to 3 mobs from this point on. It is still very efficient either way. So why does this strategy work so well? It is mainly because by only playing for a few minutes at a time, you can bypass all the time gating mechanisms Blizzard put in place to limit experience. You are always playing with some rested experience, so your kills often count double. There is no wasteful travel time, and you are only focusing on killing experience-rich rares. Additionally, if you have heirlooms, the 40% bonus you get from going up a level will often last until you hit the next level. Now, what can you do with this method? Blizzard allow higher level players to use many lucrative goal-making strategies once per day. The most obvious example of this is the world quests and their associated Covenant Calling rewards. I would seriously consider watching my raw gold guide for 9.2 to see how much gold you can make with an alt army if you haven't already. But there are a lot of tricks. Most professions have some kind of special lucrative ability to produce some valuable item which has a 1-day cooldown per character, and with a lot of characters that restriction doesn't matter. Now, if you find this type of strategy really fascinating, remember that all my deepest, darkest secrets are kept on my Patreon. Thanks for watching. And now finally switch party sync back on, creating a new set of rears. Rears? You're becoming obsessed, man. Get a grip. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.